Welcome. I'm Chelsea Ortega. If you're here, there's a good chance you're thinking about real estate. Whether you're actively buying or selling, planning ahead, or simply paying attention and getting a feel for the market. I'm a Bend native. My family has been here since 2001, and real estate has always been a part of my life. I've watched this town grow and change over the years, especially on the west side, and that long-term perspective deeply informs how I guide my clients today. I'm also deeply devoted to my meditation practice and have been teaching yoga for years, which means I bring a grounded, thoughtful approach to work in an industry that can often feel emotional or overwhelming. Buying or selling a home isn't just a financial decision. It's personal, it's layered, and it's complex. And it often shows up in a meaningful transition point in someone's life. This podcast was created as a calm, transparent, and educated space to talk about real estate in Bend and Central Oregon. Here you'll find a clear insight, local context, and honest conversations without pressure, hype, or unnecessary noise. I'm really glad you're here. Let's begin. I wanted to create this podcast because I see how overwhelming real estate can feel. Even for the thoughtful, capable people, there's a lot of information out there, a lot of opinions, and often a sense that you're supposed to move faster or know more than you actually do. What I see most often, though, is people don't need more urgency. They need clarity. They need context, and they need someone who understands not just the market, but the place they're choosing to live. This space is meant to slow the conversation down, to offer perspective, and to help you feel more grounded as you navigate decisions that are genuinely important. I grew up on the west side of Bend. I went to High Lakes, Seven Peaks, Summit High School, and ran track workouts on the dirt mounds that later became Discovery West, the streets of Blodgett, Celilo, and Skyliner Road. I've watched Bend evolve since the early 2000s, not just as a market, but as a community. My family has been in real estate for decades, so this work has always been part of our conversations. It's how we think about growth, transition, and what it means to create a life somewhere. And at the same time, I've spent over 10 years teaching yoga, which has shaped how I show up in this work. It's taught me to listen carefully, to respect timing, and to understand that big decisions live in the body as much as they do on paper. That combination of deep local roots and a mindful, grounded approach is really the foundation of how I work with clients. I believe that home is a feeling, but it's also where your life actually unfolds. It's where memories are made, routines take shape, and future versions of yourself begin. Because of that, I don't see my role as simply helping people buy or sell property. My role is to guide people through a process that can be exciting, emotional, and sometimes a little vulnerable, with steadiness and clarity. I don't rush people, I don't create pressure, and I don't believe that louder advice is better advice. I believe in alignment, and I believe in education. I also believe that when people feel supported and informed, they tend to make really good decisions. Each week, we'll talk about real estate in Bend and Central Oregon through a very local, lifestyle-driven lens. We'll explore neighborhoods, especially the west side and Discovery West, market dynamics, design and architecture, and less obvious factors that shape how a home feels over time. Sometimes I'll bring on guests, builders, designers, other agents, when their perspectives add depth. And sometimes it'll just be me, sharing what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing, and what I think is worth paying attention to. My intention is always the same: to add value, to offer transparency, and to help you feel more confident and grounded wherever you are in your process. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You don't need to have everything figured out. Real estate decisions are allowed to take time, and clarity often comes from allowing things to slow down and having the right information and the right support. My hope is that this podcast helps you feel more grounded and confident as you navigate the process and journey of real estate, whether you're moving soon or simply beginning to explore what's possible. If today's conversation sparked questions, or if you're considering a move and want guidance rooted in experience, transparency, and deep local knowledge, I'm always happy to talk things through. Thank you for spending time with me here. I look forward to continuing the conversation next week.